Welcome back. We're talking about the prevalence or the endemic problem, if you will, about domestic violence here in the U.S. With us today, Kathy Smith. We were talking a little bit off the air, Kathy. I want to get your thoughts on this. Is that a gentleman named Joe Orman talks about, look, I think one of the challenges that we're not talking about is the way we socialize men. I'm a man if I've got economic prowess. I'm a man if I've got sexual prowess. I'm a man if I've got physical prowess. And he's saying, look, we need to focus on measuring a man not by those items, but by compassion and integrity. Your thoughts on that?
I couldn't agree more. I absolutely couldn't agree more. This is a critical factor because it addresses one of the social norms that foster this type of violence, and that is this narrow definition of masculinity. The Rape and Abuse Crisis Center has really taken that social norm on as one to address. Last year we held the summit, the Healthy Masculinity Summit and the Men's Breakfast on Healthy Masculinity. In October this year, we'll be bringing Tony Porter in, a national speaker who gives the message about raising a new generation of boys and addressing this narrow definition. That's going to happen on October 15th and 16th and is open to the public on the 16th.
Great.
So, and you can find out more about it at our website.
So what does he say when he talks about raising a new generation of men? What is he referring to specifically? He
really talks about addressing this very narrow definition of masculinity that you and I talked about. Like, we tell boys that they can't cry, that they must be strong, physically strong,
man up,
emotionally strong. This man up. Don't be like a girl. You know, don't run like the worst thing you could say sometimes to boys, they say, is that compare them to a girl. Well, what does that do to their ideas about what women are or girls are? They're devalued. So as they promote this very narrow definition of masculinity, they degrade women in the process. And they create these attitudes that are very problematic and foster this environment. So it's really critical that we address this. And not only does it foster this environment, but it disconnects boys from their feelings, from their ability to connect with others. And that's very problematic and very harmful towards men and boys.
And
we need
women.
to be
when guys can't communicate their emotions, women are like, come on, give me something.
Exactly. Exactly, and it's the way we socialize boys, unfortunately. When we go out and speak a lot of times and talk to both males and females, we ask the question, you know, who are the most important men in your life? Think back, and now, tell us those characteristics. They'll invariably, both males and females will say, they were always there for me. They were reliable. They were caring.
With that being said, I'm curious if you find a link between women that have got strong fathers and great fathers that don't find themselves in as abusive relationships as maybe women that don't. Is there any link to that? Or
there is some research that would indicate that children raised in homes where there is currently abuse are more likely to be, twice as more likely to be offenders, and somewhat more likely for girls to find themselves married to an abusive man or partnering with an abusive partner. However, women who are not raised in those homes also find themselves in that situation as well. So while there is some increased risk, it's not a given.
All right. Kathy Smith, thank you so much. Rape and Abuse Crisis Center. Give them a call if you have any questions or want to help out a friend and get them out of a tough situation. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.